Hey, Canuck fans, welcome to the Line Change Podcast, a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. We're going to go over an article that gives us an update on Quinn Hughes' future. A lot of people have been talking about Quinn Hughes and his future as of late. Some think he could be as good as gone. Some, such as myself, are remaining optimistic. And the latest news comes from Frank Saravelli. Now let's go ahead and check out the article on the Daily Hive, written by Trevor Beggs, who is also one half of the Locked On Canucks podcast, along with Kyle Bowen. Shout out to them. And if you guys haven't watched any of their stuff, you guys are really missing out. Definitely check them out. They got some great stuff, and they're quite the duo, too. They really complement each other. So shout out to Locked On Canucks. Go ahead, check them out. We're all one big community here on YouTube, so we want everyone to do as best they can. We're all about, making, all the YouTube channels around here, like Clay, Kevin Canucks, we're all about positivity and helping each other out and grow. So let's go ahead and bring up this article. Wrong one. There we go. So NHL Insider gives contrarian scoop about Quinn Hughes' future with the Vancouver Canucks. It's been over 7 months since Vancouver Canucks president Jim Rutherford sent shockwaves through the hockey world. His admission that Quinn Hughes may want to play with his brothers in New Jersey spiraled into a league-wide story. It was a story heading into the season, and the speculation has only increased, with the Canucks being one of the worst teams in the NHL. That's why a report from NHL insider Frank Saravelli on Wednesday is a surprising one. During an appearance on Sportsnet's 650's Halford and Brough, Saravelli shed some light about what he's hearing regarding Hughes' future in Vancouver. I've made a lot of phone calls in the last week to try and drill down on the Quinn Hughes story, Saravelli said, and the people closest to him that know him best say he's 100% committed to the Canucks and doesn't plan on going anywhere. So take that for what you will. True or not, that report is more heartwarming than a Michael Bublé Christmas song for Canuck fans. That's a pretty good one from Trevor. Because based on the Canucks record and the fact that the New Jersey Devils have been one of the best teams in the league all season, no one in Vancouver could fault Hughes for wanting to leave. Even if many Canuck fans are thirsty for a rebuild, that's largely rooted in a belief that Hughes is going to leave. No one of sound mind wants to see the team lose a generational talent. Of course, if the season continues to spiral, the Canucks may have no choice. Feelings change, things change, windows to win become different realities, which I think is really what the Canucks are staring down at this exact moment in time, Saravelli says. So there's that. Here. I've said from the very beginning that I think Quinn Hughes will resign with the Canucks, and that's dating back to the offseason. Obviously, a lot's changed since then. I also feel as though he's going to want to see this thing through, especially with him being named captain. And obviously, he takes great pride in being the captain of the team. That being said, though, if you go back to the interview that Quinn Hughes did in I believe it was September for Sportsnet, and it was, not Sportsnet, but he did it for the 32 Thoughts podcast with Elliot Friedman and Kyle Bukakis. He said this, and I'm going to pull up this particular part of the article and a little snippet of it. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Management's been kind of giving me the keys to the kingdom a couple of years ago. I'm very grateful. As far as this year, I just feel like last year was a failure, and I want to propel my game even further and propel my teammates even further, see what we can do. The question of signing an extension, which he'll be eligible to do on July 1, Hughes said he will answer with my actions next summer. He suggested that how well the team performs in 2025-26 will impact those actions. So as you can see in this, he says he'll answer him signing an extension with his actions next summer, and suggested that how well the team performs this season will impact said actions. Now, of course, season isn't exactly going very well right now. The Canucks are, as of today and prior to the game later today against the Sharks, are 10-12-2. They're just 2 games below 500, and their chances of making the playoffs right now are abysmal and pretty freaking low. But as an optimistic Canucks fan, things can very well change between now and, say, the deadline or maybe even the Olympic break. I know we still have that gaping hole down the middle, and getting that whole field will likely determine whether or not we can make a run at making the playoffs or not. I'm just not ready to write the season off just yet. Believe me, I've tried, but I just can't bring myself to freaking do it. Am I an idiot or delusional for thinking that? Maybe, but I honestly do not care. I still love this fucking team. Pardon my language, but I do. I'm not ready to give up on them. And it seems like, according to Frank Saravelli and those that he's spoken to, Quinn Hughes isn't ready to give up just yet either, despite all the noise that's going on around him and this team's future. Speaking of that, we have another article, this one from Sportsnet and Ian McIntyre in particular. So let's check this one out too. Let me just bring it up. Move that. So there's this one. All about winning. Hughes not ready to surrender season amid Canucks' trade noise. Vancouver Canucks captain Quinn Hughes confirmed Thursday that he was completely unaware that what team president Jim Rutherford had for breakfast. Not quite sure what that was all about, but pretty funny. But as for hockey matters and the transition, the quote-unquote transition of the NHL team that Rutherford and GM Patrick O'Bane are trying to undertake, Hughes, the captain, said he speaks regularly with Rutherford and has an excellent relationship with the Canucks' hockey operations boss. Me and Jim have a really good relationship, and I have a ton of respect for Jim. Hughes said after the Canucks practiced here Thursday, he's a Hall of Fame GM, and absolutely, yeah, I talked to him. I don't know about always being on the same boat or anything like that, but I know that I have a tremendous respect for Jim and have no problem talking to Jim and vice versa. He has been a resource for me, and it's been a good relationship for me, so he knows how I feel, and I know how he feels. That said, Hughes was unaware until the story broke publicly this week, then was confirmed by Rutherford that the Canucks had notified other NHL teams that Vancouver players eligible for unrestricted free agency next summer are available now in trade. It beamed a spotlight on buzzsaw winger Kiefer Sherwood, who is easily the best and most marketable Canuck on an expiring contract. The 30-year-old also happens to be the team's top goal scorer this season with 12 in 24 games. Sherwood thoughtfully and professionally answered Sportsnet's questions about the uncomfortable situation on Wednesday morning, then played another strong game as his struggling team beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-4 that night. You know, I love it here and I love this group here. I just want to continue to take it day by day. Sherwood told us, I guess it's just part of the gig. You've got to be professional and you have a job to go play. You try to have a good mindset through it all. Of course, they talk about, the Elliot Friedman report from Monday. And here's another quote from Quinn Hughes. I think this is all about winning games. Hughes said Thursday, referring to the Canucks' 10-12-2 record and position near the bottom of the standings. If we were winning games, Jim wouldn't have said that. I don't exactly know what he said because I'm not on Twitter or anything, but I heard the gist of it. And I think, like I said, if we were winning games, there would be no conversation about this. After Vancouver opened the season with the singular goal of returning to the Stanley Cup playoffs, injuries quickly reached to a critical mass. Defensive play eroded and the team started losing. The win against the Pacific Division leading Ducks was just the Canucks' second in 8 games, but still left them with 5 points adrift of a playoff spot at U.S. Thanksgiving. See if there's some more quotes. Hughes, of course, is eligible for free agency after next season, and the best player in Canucks history is expected to decide this summer whether to sign an extension or seek a trade to the New Jersey Devils to play with younger brothers Jack and Luke. Within this subplot to the Canucks season, every move management makes will be viewed by many through the lens of how Quinn Hughes feels about it. It's not like Jim's telling me what he had for breakfast, Hughes said, but we talk and we have a good relationship. I know our coaches are coaching hard and working hard. We work extremely hard as players. We've just got to keep going like that. Obviously, it's all about winning, so I was glad we won last night. You want to be competitive, and you never want to lose on your home ice like we did a few nights ago against the Calgary Flames. That's a bad feeling, but as far as whatever happens next, all I can control is my game and attitude and trying to be a good leader. And I feel like as far as my game, it's as good as it has been, so that's all I can do right now. Anyone who thinks Hughes is texting grievances to Rutherford or has agent Pat Brisson making managerial demands probably underestimates the superstar's steady professionalism. I have my moments where I'm not a pro, Like, you can ask the guys around here. I have my moments, but as far as that, like, the main thing is your game. And last night I felt like I created 8 or 9 or 10 scoring chances. That's all you can do, and defend hard. Everything else is just people talking. We had a good win last night, and all we can do is try to grab as many points as we can on this road trip. He said he doesn't believe spurring trade talks this far ahead of the March 6th trade deadline disrupts the team because players, especially the UFAs, have been around and understand the NHL is a business. He also doesn't view it as surrendering on the season. We should believe in ourselves, Hughes said. I mean, we should be approaching every game like it is our last, or how we approach the first game of the year with that kind of excitement. We should be approaching tomorrow's game like that as well. I don't know why anything would change. I think that's just being a professional. And that is the end of that article. So a bit of a mouthful there, but it appears as though Quinn Hughes, as I said, he's not ready to write off the season just yet. Let me quickly thank my sponsors, and then we'll discuss what Hughes just said. So first off, I'd like to thank Gassy Jack Art, maker of the amazing artwork that you always see behind me whenever I do a video. You guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. And my primary sponsor is DraftKings. The Line Change Podcast is a presentation brought to you by DraftKings. Spinoramas, Michigan goals, a wicked sprawling save across the crease, or even a jaw-dropping glove save. Live and breathe all the highlight moments with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets, and your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. All right. So what says you, Canuck fans? Like, does this new interview with Ian McIntyre and following the Canucks' practice on Thursday, Quinn Hughes talking about it, does that ease your guys' minds on, him being 100% committed to the Vancouver Canucks? Personally, I think it kind of eases my mind. It once again shows just how professional Quinn Hughes is. He's not letting, obviously, some people will probably say, well, he's just saying that, because he wants the noise to die down. Maybe. I mean, we don't know. We aren't in Quinn Hughes' head. We can't get an inside look to what he's thinking. And, right now he's just focused on helping this team win. And that's all he's focused on. He's not focused on, counting down the days before I get to go play with my brothers, or play for a different team. He's not thinking that at all. Right now, his mindset is on helping this team win. And that's exactly the type of mindset that he should exactly have. So, obviously, we'll see how the Canucks do against the San Jose Sharks later today. Obviously, that was a big win for the Canucks against Anaheim. And I even said in my road trip preview video that I figured they would go 1-2 on this California road trip. And I also made it known that I thought they were going to most certainly beat the Sharks. I'll admit, I did not have the Canucks beating the Anaheim Ducks on my bingo card at all. And that's, with all respect to the Anaheim Ducks, because I think they've been absolutely fantastic this year. They've really surprised a lot of people. And I just didn't see the Canucks beating the Anaheim Ducks. even though the Ducks had Peter Mrazek in the net and not Lucas Dostal. I will admit that if the Ducks had Dostal in net, I don't think the Canucks win that game. I'm just being a little realistic there. Dostal has been one of the top goalies in the league so far this season, and he's just overall a amazing goaltender as well. When it comes to later today's game against San Jose, I do believe the Canucks could possibly, instead of going 1-2 on this California trip, they could very well go 2-1 or maybe even 3-1. That's just the optimist in me, the optimistic Canucks fan in me saying that, but we'll see how the Canucks do against the San Jose Sharks later today. Once again, that is a 1 p.m. start Pacific time. We will be having a post-game show after the game. I'm thinking maybe 4, maybe 4:30. We'll have our post-game show. Don't worry, the link will be up by then. I'm looking forward to doing that post-game show. But I want to know what you guys think about this latest news when it comes to Quinn Hughes and his future and, Frank Seravalli's report. Do you guys trust Frank Seravalli? I know not a lot of people like to trust Frank Seravalli. They think he kind of has a lot of negative things to say about the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, apparently that's what Michael Bublé thinks, if you saw his interview on Donnie and Dolly. But yeah, I'll admit, Frank Seravalli isn't necessarily my number one source when it comes to Canuck news. But a lot of people are talking about Quinn Hughes' future. And, it's a lot of, not necessarily 6-7, but, we're hearing one thing, we're hearing another. But all in all, I do think in the end, Quinn Hughes will, in fact, re-sign with the Canucks. That has not wavered yet. Keyword being yet. That has not wavered. So, once again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can find and interact with us on social media. We're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow and join the discussion on our official Discord. There's a link in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and join the discussion. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated and really helps out the podcast. But that's going to do it for me. Once again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And as always, let's go Canucks. And I'll catch you guys next time.
Hey, Campoli missed the puck. Ryan Johnson just gets it out. And Hughes dumped the puck back in. Campoli trying to clear it. Burrow shoots, scores!